So yeah, I see the regular people on this call. Nikki, this is your first time on the call, so welcome. So what I like to do on this call, this is open to everybody who's on the program, and I like to answer any questions that people have going, what's causing them to quote unquote stall if they're having weight issues, and what we could do to kind of counteract that. Okay. So before we get started, let's start off with Kamaya, since you're supposed to be done in the next week. How you doing, Kamaya?
Hey, I'm doing okay. I'm
Okay, all
just,
right. How was your weekend?
I'm like trying to remember how was my weekend? What the heck did I do? It was cool.
It was cool.
It was still I stayed inside. That's why, because it was like 107 degrees every day.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, and that's exactly how I went. I stayed inside.
Okay. All right. So talk to me then. If that's the case, um, where you at when it comes to your weight loss journey as of right now? How many pounds away?
I'm in the last, yeah, I'm like the last 2 or 3 pounds away.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did go to a baby shower. Sorry, I have mommy brain. I forgot I went to a whole baby shower the weekend too.
Okay. All right. So we're 2 or 3 pounds away from my goal. This morning, did the scale drop or no?
No, it was like the same.
Was it like the same or you lost some ounces?
It was like the same.
Okay. Do you have any idea as to why it could be the same based off how your day went or no?
Well, let me think. So that's why I was telling you. I was like a little irritated because I was supposed to be done last week, and then after that, I was going. I kind of like just kind of went back up, and it was kind of weird because I don't feel like I wasn't eating like a lot of carbs or anything. It may have been something man made. I mean, that maybe was throwing me off. And then I kind of like stalled the weekend because I had like a baby shower. And then I was like cooking for my family, that type of thing. So I'm just trying to stick to basic things like not man made, regular, just the protein. I'm fasting right now. So I'm trying to finish this thing.
Okay. So, and you just decided to fast, right? You don't feel like you have to fast,
Mm-hmm.
but you decided to fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, cool. So, um, what, well, you said you just went to a baby shower recently or whatever. Had a little bit more fun with your food choices at the baby shower?
Yeah, I mean, they had like cupcakes, stuff like that. Like baby shower food, like all the different things like that.
Okay. All right. So now, and you said you started your fast yesterday?
Yep, around like
Okay.
7 p.m.
Okay. So, what did you eat yesterday before you quote unquote started your fast?
Okay, I had green beans, a hamburger. Um, it was like hamburger patties. I had like turkey, pepperoni, and cheese. Sometimes I do that like as a little snack, but I had that twice. But then, like I told you, I was texting you. I kind of messed up because I had to taste test these cakes. So I had like this much of a cake. It wasn't a lot, but it wasn't what I was trying to do to finish, obviously. So I'm pretty sure that's what messed my stuff up.
Okay. And how many meals did you have yesterday in general?
I had
And your two
two
meals were
main
what?
ones, and then I had the little snack like the pepperoni and cheese.
But you had the pepperoni and cheese snack twice.
No, once.
Okay. What was your first meal again?
The um the green beans and the hamburger steak.
Okay. And what'd you have for your second meal?
The same thing.
Okay.
That again.
So, what usually happens, y'all, when we get so close to the finish line, and you know how Kamaya's like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like the progress is slowing down. What really happens is because we're so close to the finish line, we kind of let off the gas a little bit.
Yeah, for
Honestly.
sure.
Okay. So,
Tired.
Kamaya, just to give you an idea, yesterday, what was your biggest meal of the day?
Definitely the green beans and the hamburger steak
But you
for
also
sure.
noticed how you said you had that twice.
Yep.
What
Yep.
what do I usually tell y'all to do for your second meal?
Well, keep it lighter for sure.
With what type
You
of
want to keep
proteins?
it lighter. It'll be like a different protein besides beef, either chicken, salmon. I
Seafood.
was trying to. I called myself like, man, I'm not gonna eat out because I was like, I'm trying to do this thing. Where I'm stopping to eat out because I've never eaten out this much in my life. I normally just cook everything, but this whole program, I've been eating out a lot.
Okay. But why you feel like? Do you feel like you have to eat out, or you feel like it's just more convenient for you to eat out?
Convenience for sure. Having the babies and doing all that, so it's just been a lot. Like, so that's why I was like, I'm trying to get back to what I really like. I actually really like to cook, and y'all seen some of the stuff I've made,
Right.
but like do it. I used to do it a lot more, like more
And
consistent.
when you was eating in a lot more, the scale was dropping more. True or false?
Yeah, yeah,
So
for sure.
one thing I want y'all to remember, especially for the ladies who just know that, hey, I might be eating out a little bit more on average just for my lifestyle. Once again, I eat out one time a day, every single day, but I only eat out for my first meal. If I'm gonna eat out, it's gonna be for my first meal. That way, I got more time for my body to metabolize. If it did come with some little bit crazy sauce on it, or it does have a little bit more sodium in it, my body can flush it out. For my second meal, I like to keep it cute or have something in house or something I know that my body or responds well to.
It's true.
But red meat, ideally, is good for women who tends to undereat during the day. That's why Kamai, on average, have red meat. Because if it's up to Kamaya, she will have a lot more snacks.
Facts.
So,
That's all I found out on this program. I was like, oh my god, I kind of got programmed to be a snacker early on in my life, I guess, because it's all the time.
right, which is once again, which is fine. She's usually always in the house because she's taking care of a newborn, right? And it's just easy to pick up the snacks if you're feeding everybody else, and you're like, okay, well, I mean, see right here, I like the snack, I'm gonna grab this too. So
Yes.
Kamaya is eating her out on average just for off convenience. But one thing I want y'all to remember is your first meal should be ideally, if you're gonna have red meat, first meal. You're gonna start running
Yeah.
into problems if you want to see the scale drop daily, is if you have it for your first meal and second meal.
True.
Okay? But also, she just keep in mind, oh, I just had a little bit of cake because I was taste testing. So these things, ladies, will matter. So I don't want y'all to say, oh man, Trey, my metabolism just magically shut down. It's, oh, you know what? I did start incorporating a little bit more things that I don't do on the average day. Right? So even like
True.
me, honestly, right now, because I'm about to go on a trip, not in the next month, I'm trying to cut down a little bit. But if I'm checking my weight, one thing I also realize is, oh, for the past couple of days, my fiance left out these Hershey Kisses first thing we walk in the door, and I noticed I'm the only
They
person
do
touching this
it.
Hershey Kiss. So if there was 100 Hershey Kisses in there,
They do.
there's probably 25 gone, and I took all 25 in the past 5 to 6 days.
That's real true.
Little
Yes.
things that you're like, oh, it can't be just this one Hershey Kiss, but you know you're really picking up two, and then every single time you leave the door, which is 3 times a day, you pick up two, it adds up. So that's why I want you to be mindful of your surroundings. That's why they always tell you all your life, you're a product of your environment. Because if
Yep.
around my environment, I know I like cereal, so I got some Lucky Charms over here, and I got my favorite snacks, and I like to feed my kids, and I get some Doritos, right? And I have some of this
True.
butter, and I got some of this sour cream that is nothing but high fat, is not low fat. I got some of my favorite carbs. All of these things will add up. So that's why I tell y'all, hey, I don't want you to deprive yourself of some of your favorite things. Just replace. Okay? So if Kamai is naturally a snacker, cool. You want some ice cream? Here's the better quality ice cream. Don't tell yourself, oh, for the next 60 days, I'm not going to have no ice cream. Because that's
No.
not sustainable for your lifestyle. Okay? Now, if it's up to me, I don't have to eat ice cream for a whole entire year. My fiance wants Cold Stone every single week. So what does that mean? Don't have no ice cream, and then now she's gonna beat me up because I decided not to have ice cream with her. Y'all know how y'all be, ladies. If you eating ice cream, now you may have to eat ice cream with you, right? Or I could just decide to get ice cream, but instead of me getting the gotta have it size, get the like it size, which is a small size they
Yeah,
have, right? But guess what? Even though I had the smaller version of the ice cream, should I still expect the scale to drop?
no.
And the reason why I'm breaking that down is because Kamai said, "Oh, I just had a little bit of cake. I'm taste testing." Okay,
I mean,
and it's not her fault. Just don't expect the scale to drop. Simple.
no.
Okay.
It happened. I was like, well, that was my day. I was like, I tried.
All right. But
But yeah,
also too, Kamaya, what I would tell you to do, because it sounds like you're gonna break your fast tomorrow. Let's
yeah.
decide if you're going to eat anything outside. Let's go to something a little bit more leaner for your first meal now too, because you always incorporate a snack or two. So instead of you going to Five Guys, go to like a Chick-fil-A or go to a Wingstop or something like that. Because chicken naturally just got less calories in it. Which now, if you did decide to have some of this cake on average or on accident, it's not gonna be that deep in the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Okay? So, red meat, ladies, is for the people who know on average, I max only have the ability to eat 2 times that day. Some of y'all know that I'm able to eat 2 meals in a day, but also I want to incorporate a snack. So now seafood and poultry will be a little bit more ideal for those particular days. Does that make sense? If you know you are a snacker at heart. All right. And speaking about that, Christina, how did the scale drop this morning or no? Snacker number
Look,
two. This
Christina's
is snack
face.
one and snack two, by the way.
Did you see Christina's face?
Yeah.
It went up actually, but
Mm.
I felt like I ate good yesterday, but I did try something. I tried a new food yesterday, that legendary macaroni and cheese I sent you. I know it's got like 47 grams of protein in it. That was the only thing different because for my first meal, I had lamb, spinach, and eggs. And then that was the only other thing I had. And I just had water the rest of the days. I went to bed on time. I didn't have no other snacks because I was like, okay, I want to try this. And I figured since it was so high in protein, I'd be good. But it went up 2 pounds this morning.
Okay. So now let's go ahead and roll every other reason out why you could have stalled, right? So,
Hmm.
um, my Wi-Fi is acting crazy, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you
Okay.
glitching a little bit, but we
Okay.
could hear you.
All right, cool. So, um, what time did you get in bed last night? What time did you go to sleep?
Uh, I got in bed like 10, 15. I
Okay.
think I went to sleep close to 11.
Okay. How long did you stay asleep? Or did you wake up in the middle of the night a good amount of times? Or no?
No, I didn't wake up till 7.
Okay, so that's good.
I
Now,
know, right? That's like ideal. This is
now two, um, did you work out at all yesterday or go for a walk?
yesterday. I did not.
Okay. Three, um, what was your first meal and when did you have this legendary mac and cheese?
So my first meal was at like 11. I think that's when I sent you the picture, somewhere around 11. And then legendary was around 3.
And for the rest of the day, you didn't eat.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because it was man made. So there's that. And I guess I was just trying to balance it out since I had something man made, and I think the calories was like 300 or something.
Okay. So now, ladies, honestly, does it sound like she ate a lot of food yesterday?
No.
There we go.
Don't do that, Kamaya.
I'm glad Kamai said it, not me. Okay?
Little friend, I really was like, that's it. I was like, oh no, that's
I
why.
know my clients. I know my clients. So, Christina, so two things. A, do you know that you're not lactose intolerant, or you have an idea that you could be possibly lactose, depending on how you eat some things and how you feel after?
Feel like I got like a sensitivity. Feel like since I turned 40, like dairy just kind of hit a little different.
Okay. The reason why I brought that up, ladies, is because if you look at the very first ingredient, what does it say? Dairy protein blend from caseinate. The second one is casein. Okay? So the reason why this matters to some people is when people usually say they got a lactose intolerance, their body's not responding to just really milk. It's the proteins in the milk. The two main proteins in milk is whey and casein. Casein is the slow digestion one. Whey breaks down in your body like that. That's why it's easy for y'all, if you pay attention to the Fairlife protein shakes. Y'all probably don't have no reaction to that. It's mostly whey protein. But when you have something that says a milk protein concentrate, and once again, Christina, I didn't expect you to know that, but that's why I asked you that. If you are somewhat lactose intolerant and you have something like that, especially if the main ingredient is casein, that's why for some people they don't do well with whole milk. For some people, right after ice cream, they have the BGs. You're just blowing it up around your household. Casein. So because you probably have a sensitivity, that's why the scale went up. You ate the right thing. So I don't want you to think that once again you gained 2 pounds of weight overnight. That's not what happens,
Right.
right? That's why. What was your stick color this morning?
It wasn't as dark purple either. It was like the shade under.
That means that you do have a sensitivity to this.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's bad for you. Doesn't mean it's going to make you magically gain weight. On the scale, you're still losing fat. You just force your body to retain water.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want to see one day is this is really what it is, what I would try to do is if it was good, first off, was it good or was it worth the while?
It was decent. It wasn't bad at all.
Okay, so if that's something that you would like to try again in the future, what I'll tell you to do is have that as your first meal. Then something later, have something light. Like, once again, kind of like what I told Kamaya, chicken, seafood, something that you know that agrees with your body. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
heavy. Because now, if the scale does the same thing or kind of stalls or stagnates, now you know it's this. Now you
Okay.
know you are kind of somewhat sensitive to dairy, which makes sense.
Okay.
Because 40% of people are sensitive to dairy. Okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But yesterday you didn't do nothing wrong. You just, honestly, Christine, you didn't eat enough. So, and once again, ladies, that's why for some of y'all, it's funny. Nikki asked me on my call yesterday, "Hey, try to look at some of your videos. I keep seeing that everybody's mentioning Five Guys burgers, Five Guys burgers. Why you keep mentioning Five Guys burgers? The reason why, Nikki, is because watch
The
this,
calories.
Christina. How long would it take for you to eat a double cheeseburger?
Both my meals.
So it'll take you a good amount of time to eat a double cheeseburger, right? But to the average person, if you give me a double cheeseburger with no bun and no fries, I can eat that in less than 10 minutes. But now in one shot, Christina's getting her body about 60 to 70% of the calories that it needs in one day. So now because Christina is naturally an undereater, it doesn't really matter what she eats for her last meal. Now she kind of is just filling up the tank. Sherry kind of did her job for the day in that one double cheeseburger. Keyword, no fries, no bun. All right?
So
Or
what
get
if you do
triple
the
meat.
bun, the keto buns you told us about?
Can you have it?
Huh?
If you have the keto bun or the low carb bun or a protein based bun, can you have it?
Yeah.
You know that.
No, I
Or
meant when
get
you were saying without the bun or the fries, I was saying what if you replaced the bun?
Then you can have it. I'm talking about if you go
Okay.
to Five Guys and use their bun.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or their
Okay,
lettuce wraps are really good.
or their lettuce wraps or their burger
Oh
bowl.
my god,
Okay, so to
so
me,
good.
tacos is the only thing I feel like I want to go out my way for to bring the low carb tortillas with me. The average person is not going to have a hamburger bun in their Ziploc bag waiting for that burger at 1 o'clock. So that's why I'm giving y'all context. Okay. So yes, if you did plan out to have a burger later that day and you did decide to bring a low carb hamburger bun, then by all means go crazy. All right. All right. So yeah,
Get the
Christina,
triple
just
meat.
it's just easier for y'all to eat burgers and lamb chops and eggs and a steak in front of you. That's why I say Five Guys burgers on average. Okay. Um, Michelle, I noticed you raised your hand. Then Nikki. Hey, Michelle.
Um, quick question. Yeah, just as a follow up to what Kamaya said, I noticed she said that she's fasting. Does she do the 48-hour fast, like after you color outside the lines or however you want to call it, go off the
So
rails?
Kamaya decided to do a fast just because she wants to make sure she hits her goal weight by all means by Friday. Kamaya
Ah,
technically did not
okay.
have to do the fast. She just chose to do the fast. Okay?
Okay.
So from now on, ladies, in order if you ever think, do I have to do a fast again? The only thing that will dictate that is your stick color. Not what you
So
think
it,
that you ate yesterday, your stick color. Right? Because
so if your stick color is what,
nothing.
between what range?
You
Oh,
got
just
nothing on your
nothing at
stick.
all.
But nothing on your stick is gonna be like, yo, Trey, I'm not gonna lie. I went out with my girls. I had some brunch. I had some chicken and waffles and a mimosa. And then later during the day, my man took me out. Had some chicken Alfredo pasta. And oh, you know what? I thought I already messed up today, so I got out of my system and went to Cold Stone. It's never gonna
Okay.
be, hey Trey, I had five of my man's fries. Why I have no color on the stick? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like mine. Just for context, what he says is true because my skin color was very dark, even from
And she still
yesterday.
had cake. She still had stuff like that. So your body can metabolize that. It's when you decide to somewhat crash out. That's when you lose color
Okay.
on the stick. But you knew exactly what you was doing.
Okay.
You just didn't care at the moment.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like over it honestly, because I'm like so close, but I'm like I'm trying to just go ahead and be done, so I don't keep sabotaging.
'Right. But now also, just so you can see how crazy Kamaya sounds, Kamaya, how many pounds did you lose so far?
48 pounds.
This is month what for you?
Congratulations.
5.
She's entering month five, y'all. So she's just a little bit crazy. She's one of my crazy clients. But that's why I love working with women like that because she's so ambitious. She sometimes misses the point that, yo, I'm almost 50 pounds down and this is my mommy makeover. And I'm entering month five. She's really in month four, about maybe like a week before month five. So she's doing
That's
everything
true.
right. Come on, how many times have you been to the gym?
Oh, like 5.
Ooh, you see what I'm saying, y'all? So it's like it'll be different if she's doing the
Yeah.
same thing over and over and over again, and this is the outcome that you get. Kamaya, how many days since you joined my program that you went to sleep before 11 o'clock?
Wait, you breaking up?
Can you hear me now?
I'm not gonna start. Yeah, I can,
How many days? I heard you about to say something. Don't be slick. How many days on my
I
program?
said I wasn't gonna do it.
How many days on my program have you went to sleep before 11 o'clock?
Oh man, it might have been one or 2 days,
Y'all see
like
what I'm saying,
maybe.
ladies? So one thing that I do before we
Yeah.
start,
It be these kids. It be the
it's the
kids.
kids,
It's
and
the
I can't
kids. I
blame
got a
y'all.
2-year-old and a 6-month-old for context, y'all.
Okay, so I want y'all to give yourself grace because y'all understand y'all lifestyle. So when you seen how I was asking Kamaya in the beginning, okay, what could cause her to stall? The very first thing I went to, or Christina too, the very first thing I said was, how many hours of sleep did you get? Did you work out? Because one thing that my veteran clients know, that fat loss is a tricycle. You got three wheels. The biggest wheel in the front, that's nutrition. The two wheels in the back, sleep, and the third wheel is working out. Michelle, how many days out the week on average do you work out? Go to the gym.
Trey, we talked about that. I have not been in the gym in a
That,
long
which is
time.
fine. That's why I asked you, Queen. I know who I'm talking to. So that's one. That's one tire that's deflated. Michelle, how many times on an average day do you go to sleep before midnight?
Every night.
Good. She got one tire left. Now she's on this program. We're gonna optimize her nutrition, so she's gonna have two tires, right? So because she has two tires, she can still expect progress. But one day she ever had a hiccup, Michelle's outside with her girls popping bottles on yachts. She rolls back in the house at 2 o'clock in the morning. Even though she ate right, expecting the scale to drop, she's playing herself. You need two tires all the time.
Got it.
Okay? But the women on average, not everybody's usually doing all three tires. But the women who do all three tires, these are the women that usually lose 20 plus pounds a month. Context. But she could still expect to lose 6 and 18. But these things matter. So I work with a good amount of women who always eat right. Kamaya. Never goes to sleep before midnight. Kamaya. Don't have the time to work out or feels like Hades outside. Kamaya. She has one tire. So that's why I'm telling somebody like her, be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace.
That's true.
Okay? All right. Now Nikki, what is your question?
Hey Trey, made me feel a little bit better because I
Thank
feel
you.
like Lord.
You got this. It's only three. You're gonna hit it by Friday, so I don't even want you to overthink it. Okay? There's
That's
no way you're
true.
not gonna hit it by Friday. No way. 50
I'll be
pound mark.
back.
What's up, Nikki? What's your question? And ladies,
Oh,
if you have
one
a
sec.
question, raise your hand on the bottom right screen so I can get right to you. Right after that, okay?
Oh, 1 second, because I'm at work. Hi, how are
I ain't
you?
trying to get her fired.
Really
All right.
good, 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 good. Yes, downstairs. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Go ahead,
I'm
go
at
ahead.
work.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Um, I wanted to know again about the Five Guys. So when you guys go and order Five Guys, you don't order any bun. You just say, "Give me a cheeseburger or whatever," and just order the meat with the cheese. Is that what it is?
Or say lettuce wrap.
Or a lettuce wrap? Oh, okay.
Or a bowl.
So
Hmm.
here's one thing a lot of people don't know. If you go to a restaurant, and you probably don't know this because people, if you worked in hospitality at one point in your life, like I used to work in a restaurant when I was in high school, a lot of people don't know whatever you tell them to order or what you want, they'll do it. It's just
Oh yeah.
unconventional. So even like when you go to a restaurant and you, let's say you go to like a high end restaurant, right? And they say, oh, with this steak, you're gonna get cream spinach and a sweet potato casserole. You don't have to get the sweet potato casserole and the cream spinach. That's what they suggest with that meal. So if they're giving you two sides, you can do whatever two sides. So if Nikki ever said, hey, I want to go to McDonald's and I want the burger, no bun, they'll do that. Now, if you say, I want to go to McDonald's and get a lettuce wrap, then they're going to give you a sad leaf of lettuce and keep you pushing. But they can do that. They will do that. It's about if you ask or not. So that's why I tell some majority of my clients, okay, let's say you go to like an Asian restaurant, right? And y'all get the Korean barbecue fried chicken. If you simply ask, I want the Korean barbecue fried chicken, but I want the Korean barbecue sauce on the side, they'll do it. They're never gonna say, "Oh, well, we gotta toss it in this." No, it's like, "Hey, we don't prefer this, but we'll do that." When I go to some restaurants and I'm really trying to stay lean, especially for the summertime, I will literally ask for a skinny margarita agave on the side. They always give me the crazy look, like, "Okay, I never heard nobody say that." But as a bartender, bartenders know the only thing that difference between a skinny margarita and a regular margarita is the extra mix that they put in it. And the sweetener that they use for a skinny margarita is now agave. But now because I asked for it on the side, I'm in control of my own fate, of how sweet it is. But I know every single drop, I'm adding a little bit more carbs and a little bit more sugar. If me and Nikki goes to get mimosas, she's probably gonna look at me crazy because every single time I get mimosa, I say I want a mimosa, but I want the orange juice on the side. Now I'm in control of my own fate. So what I'm trying to basically explain to y'all is I want y'all to be in control versus letting somebody else control your outcome. when it comes to the scale. But if you decide to get the orange juice and the mimosa and you put all the orange juice in, that's fine. But now you can know what to expect. Okay? All right. Good question, Nikki. Natasha, you have any questions?
Hey Trey, hi ladies. So I'm starting my fast today. 3 o'clock or 2:30 was my last meal. Um, that means it ends on Thursday, 2:30. Do I start the ketone testing strips on Thursday, or should I be already starting it?
You should start the strips the day after your egg or salmon day.
Okay, so that Friday.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, that
Now,
was
I
the
mean,
only
if you
question.
just want like a visual win, you'll realize that on your egg or salmon day, you got some color on the stick, but it's not gonna be as blatantly purple.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying? So
gotcha.
the reason why I make y'all use the ketone strips once again, so you know your body's burning body fat, but also you notice how if you was on this call earlier, I told Christina, what was your stick color after the legendary mac and cheese? She said the stick color got light, but if you pay attention to everything that she ate, it was basically everything that was approved on the program. That's a telltale sign that her body doesn't agree with something that she ate. If
Gotcha.
you went to sleep before, if you got 7 to 8 hours of sleep, ladies, on average, if you ate whole foods, nothing man made, your stick color is gonna be purple. Now, question is how purple, right? But that's why I want y'all to incorporate some of y'all favorite snacks, these man-made things here and there, because then you're gonna realize that your stick color might fluctuate. It's like a litmus test. So let's say some of my clients, they'll have cheese, just cheese, but they know they love cheese, but cheese don't love them. Stick color was purple. The very next day they have the cheese. Stick color goes immediately pink. They stall on the scale. Now they know, hey, my body don't tolerate cheese as much as I love cheese. Now I'm not guessing. Now I know, right? An example I like to use for myself. I know if me and Christina we go out for drinks, right? I once again I like margaritas. I'm a margarita poppy. But I also learned about my body based off this program. If I get the same margarita, but I get it frozen, which I prefer, my stick color immediately gets light. Scale stalls, no matter what I do that day. But if I get a margarita on the rocks, the same margarita, same flavor, I still got some color on the stick, and if I stick with one, I can still expect the scale drop, just not more than a half a pound. Therefore, if me and Christine is going out for drinks and I'm trying to watch my weight that day, guess what I'm ordering?
Margarita on the rock.
Margarita on the rocks. Now I'm not guessing. I know for the rest of my life. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're gonna see little nuances, things like that when it comes to your body. What it likes, what it don't like. But the only way you're gonna be able to determine that is if you pee on the stick the very next day. So use the
Gotcha.
scale as your secondary method of your progress, not the first method. Because no matter what you see on the scale, if your stick color is dark, you lost fat that day. Okay. Um,
Gotcha.
Nikki, I see you got a question real quick. I know you at work, so I'm gonna answer your question, and after that, I'm going straight to Sheila. Then going straight to Robin.
So we are using, I'm sorry, ladies, I'm new. I just started my water fast. So everything is just like new. I know you guys are like veterans in here, but I wanted to know how often do you use the strips to test your urine?
Answer that question, come on.
Every morning when you wake up, use the restroom
Every single morning.
Okay.
before
So
you even weigh yourself.
before you start your day, like your morning pee. Okay,
Okay.
because now hypothetically, let's say Nikki does our one-on-one call, and it is now 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I know some of y'all work at home, and then I say, hey Nikki, first things I'm gonna ask you, what did you weigh in at today? That's why Christina's shaking her head. What was your stick color? That's the very first thing I'm gonna ask you. Now, if Nikki says, oh, Trey forgot to pee on the stick and it's 11 o'clock, I'll be like, all right, don't even worry about it. Do it tomorrow. And I want you to send me a picture tomorrow so I know that you did it tomorrow. Because your hormones are the most regulated first thing in the morning. There could be so many other factors and variables that cause your stick color to fluctuate later during the day. Because now, let's say Nikki, before work, somebody cut her off in traffic. Stressful event. That could cause your stick color to fluctuate right then and there. Now it's 9:30. You just woke up at 8. Okay? So, first thing in the morning, what you see is what you get. Okay? Good question. And yeah, I'm about to say, all right, Sheila, I was trying to wait till you get comfortable. So hey Sheila, how you doing today? My favorite plant-based queen. Then after that, Andre. I see Andre. After Robin. I don't know if she just logged off. I don't know if she paid her phone bill, y'all. All right. So while she's getting it together, Andre, what's your question?
Hi. Thank you. I'm obviously new as well, and I have a very silly question because I've not read all the material.
There's
But
no
as
such
I'm
thing.
as I'm going to start, I'm thinking of starting on Friday. Can you just remind me, is the plan this like 48-hour fast? Am I supposed to be drinking water for 48 hours and then when I come off of that, have the eggs or the salmon and then proceed with that like 6 hour window?
Yes. Okay. So once
Okay.
again, the reason why I say 48 hours, not a 2 day fast, is because a 48-hour fast is I eat today, hypothetically, Tuesday. I fast Wednesday, nothing but water. I eat Thursday.
Okay.
So
Okay.
make sure you don't get that misconstrued with a 2 day fast where you're saying, okay, I'm not eating all Wednesday and all Thursday, I eat on Friday.
Okay. So if I start Friday, it's just like not eating on Friday and then I can eat on Saturday and break
Technically,
the
but that
fast.
means your last meal had to be on Thursday then.
Yeah.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Great. Yep. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay. Thanks.
All right. Yeah. And by the way, ladies, because me and Andre had a talk earlier today too. If you are somebody who likes to get blood work done, or you have a comprehensive metabolic panel, and you want to work, talk more in depth about your LDL, HDL, what do these numbers means, I can tell you what these charts means. Okay. So if you do have that information, you can send it over to me, especially if you're new, so we can kind of fix everything. Okay. But usually, if you follow this diet, you're gonna realize the next time you get your blood work done, it's the best they've seen. Your doctor have seen in years. All right. Sheila, I see you're ready now. How you doing?
Yeah, on my phone, I couldn't find my button to unmute
It's
myself.
all good.
I'm
You
fine.
know
How
I'm
are
messing with
you?
you. I'm good. I'm good. So, tell me this morning, what was your step color? Did the scale drop or no?
The scale didn't dry. My skin color was like a purplish, but it wasn't the real dark purple. I guess it was in between the two purples to me.
Okay.
So it was still purple, and the weight, my scale didn't change.
Okay. So now, tell me everything that you ate and drank yesterday.
I don't think I ate enough yesterday. So yesterday I was busy. I had green tea in the morning, my water, and then for my first meal because I was busy, I only had eggs and cheese. But I made like 5 eggs and some cheese. And then I didn't have my second meal till about 5 o'clock. And I had to run errands, so I had to get that out. So I had like a they call like a loaded Greek salad. So I didn't have any meat, so it was just like tomatoes, lettuce, onions. It had olives in it, banana peppers, feta. And it came with a red wine vinaigrette dressing, and it had some chickpeas, but like just on the top, like some crunchy chickpeas, and that was it. And I had water again, and I did buy yogurt when I went out, but I was full and I didn't eat anything else after that. Just drunk water, and that was it. I didn't eat a lot yesterday.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna ask you the other two things. Sheila, on the average day, do you work out at all or no?
No, but I did today.
Okay. Two, what time did you get in bed and what time did you actually start to nod off?
Um, Probably I always fall asleep before I even go to bed. Sometimes I watch TV, so I probably fell asleep at like 10 something, 10:30.
Okay. And what time on the average day do you wake up?
Um, 5:30 for work, but I've been working from home this week, so I've been getting up at 7.
Okay. So y'all see how the sequence of the questions I was asking her, right? I asked her, what did she eat? Did she work out? How many hours of sleep? So based off what you just told me, Sheila, how many tires did you have from yesterday?
um, mm,
Nutrition,
maybe
working
two.
out. She had two. She got 7 to 8 hours of sleep, right? And technically, she ate right. Now, for some of y'all, you notice how y'all joined my call. Y'all heard my um, statements about why I don't like my clients having salads, right? You notice how Sheila just mentioned her salad. Notice how I didn't even flinch. But now, Sheila, let me ask you one question. What was the worst thing about your salad and why?
I didn't have any protein.
Okay, that was one, which is fine. Two, name the toppings that you had on your salad that you already know wasn't ideal.
Olives, banana peppers, and crunchy chickpeas.
What's wrong with olives?
Mm, salty fat.
Okay, come on, can you have olives on this program?
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with olives.
Okay.
So then you said banana peppers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, is there anything wrong with banana peppers?
Not no.
And come on, don't even eat salads. Just to give you an
I
idea, y'all.
don't.
So y'all, you notice how she's naming everything else first,
No.
but she's talking about some. Oh, I mean, and it had some crunchy chickpeas. Robin, why are you laughing, Robin? About the her Sheila's crunchy chickpeas.
She knows she shouldn't be eating those
Exactly.
chickpeas. We had that
Because we already
discussion.
had a whole
I was shocked she
conversation
said
about
it.
Sheila and these chickpeas. I broke it down to her. Matter of fact, let's do it
Yeah,
again.
I was about to say
So,
I'm having deja vu. Didn't we just talk about this?
so
It was just a little bit on top. It was the
just a
crunchy
little
one,
bit,
so it
y'all.
wasn't okay.
So once again,
And the vinaigrette.
in the vinaigrette, Sheila.
The red wine vinaigrette.
I mean, you know what? I'm done.
So here's a funny thing. So me and Sheila, when the first thing she joined, she said, "Oh Trey, I love my beans. I love chickpeas." And I was like, "Okay. You ever looked at the nutrition fact for chickpeas?" She's like, "No, I just know it's healthy and it got protein in it." Cool. Did they lie to her? No. But now, if we actually look at the nutrition facts for chickpeas, right? Chickpeas. Let's look at right
Wait, you're
here.
not sharing your. Wait, you
Oh, I'm not
You
sharing
sharing
it,
my
on
but
the
screen.
not
wrong
updating.
tab. You gotta switch your tabs.
All right. Boom. Chickpeas.
There you
Boom.
go.
Chickpeas got 44 grams of carbs, about 12 grams of fiber. So how many in that carbs? About 33. 1 cup. Is that a lot of chickpeas, y'all? Chickpeas are big, by the way. Okay?
No, that's
So
like four chickpeas. I look like
that's
five of
about
them.
8 chickpeas
Right.
max. And it's crunchy. How do you make chickpeas that are usually
You
soft
roast. They
crunchy?
roast them. They be toss them in all the little spices and they roast them for like a topper. They really good,
They do
but
taste good though.
They
they
taste
real
amazing. I
good.
love hummus.
They
The
are
days I'm
really
having
good,
hummus,
but
I'm not expecting a scale drop either. I'm just living my best life. I got the pita bread out. I'm slapping it all over and everything because I'm like, hey, I'm living. Whatever. I already know what to
mm.
expect. So chickpeas is healthy, y'all. Let's not get it misconstrued. But chickpeas most definitely help people gain weight. Why? Not because I told y'all that. That's just the way God created chickpeas. But they are healthy. All because something is healthy doesn't mean it's gonna help you lose weight. So one thing I want y'all to remember when it comes to weight loss, right? It's kind of like think of carbs like the brakes to a car. Think of protein like the gas pedal. The days I hit the brakes more times, I shouldn't expect the car to go that far. The days I hit the gas pedal a lot more, that's when I can expect the car to go farther. The days I give my body more protein, I should always expect the scale to drop more than a day I incorporate more carbs. That's not the signal I'm telling my body. So, in all actuality, Sheila didn't still really have a bad day. But considering the fact that she said she ate what earlier, Sheila?
Eggs and cheese.
How many eggs?
5.
Okay, so she had 5 eggs. So that was a good enough meal. Okay. Usually my clients say, "Oh, Trey had 2 eggs, a 2 egg omelet," and I'm like, "What is that?" Okay. So if you're gonna have, and that's why Robin's laughing because she used to do that. So if you're gonna have eggs, ladies, you gotta have at least baseline 3 to 4. If you're not hungry enough for 3 to 4 eggs, I don't even want you to have eggs. Have something else. All right. But Sheila simply just didn't have as much protein. But she did everything else right. But did you? So obviously you got the salad from somewhere else, right, Sheila?
Yeah, I had to get a salad out, and I forgot that the chickpeas are on there. So yeah, I had to get food out yesterday. Normally, I just make stuff at home.
And two, which I know that, but two, did the dressing already come on top of it, or it was on the side of
No,
it?
I had it on the side.
Okay, and you said it was a red wine vinaigrette.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not really. I mean, yeah, it's a red wine vinegar that came with it. Yes, that's what it came with it. Yeah.
So one thing I like to do, y'all, even though this is not the same brand of vinaigrette that she's getting, right? Just so you can kind of have an idea. What I want y'all to do is always like kind of Google one, because if one kind of have this type of nutrition facts or this flavor profile, 9 times out of 10 is gonna mimic everything else. Okay, and one thing I want y'all to remember too is these restaurants. If you get it out and about, they if they're not making it in house, they're using the same brands that you buy at home, right? So it's gonna kind of have the same consistency when it comes to nutrition facts from the one at Walmart to the one at home, because they're not buying the most expensive red wine vinaigrette. They're just trying to make a profit margin, or they worry about profit, which means that I'm gonna get the one that tastes the best, tastes the sweetest. That means you like it, but also it's not. We're saving $2 more because we got the cheaper one, in a sense, right? So red wine vinaigrette. Let me go ahead and share this label,
I normally make my own dressing, but I had a outside experience yesterday.
which is fine. But we see right here 2 tablespoons. That's not a lot. 12 grams of fat, 2 grams of protein. I mean, 2 grams of carbs, 2 grams of added sugar. Is this the worst thing in the world?
No.
Good, because it's not. But do you got to be a little bit more mindful with this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Context. Because once again, ladies, now let's compare it to something. 2 tablespoons of vinaigrette, right? Cool. Now let's compare it to sweet potato nutrition facts. Just to give you an idea. A whole entire
Mhm.
sweet potato got 112 calories. That means if Sheila was out in the wilderness and she could only have 2 options to last her for the whole entire day, would you choose a sweet potato or 2 tablespoons of red wine vinaigrette?
Mm. Sweet potato.
You see how fast she came to that conclusion? But the red wine vinaigrette, for less, got more calories.
Mm.
That's why I tell y'all be mindful of your sauces and oils, because those are the things that make everything add up. If I type in Chick-fil-A, every single time I go to Chick-fil-A, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna end up with the Chick-fil-A sauce. Now, question is how many? But if I look at the Chick-fil-A sauce nutrition facts, for one of those little ramekins, y'all, is 140 calories, 13 grams of
Mm.
fat, 7 grams of carbs. For
Mm.
one. Excuse my French. My fat ass back in the day used to get 3 Chick-fil-A sauces, 3 Polynesian sauces. Used to mix each and every one of them. So I have 3 sauces, a Polynesian sauce, a Chick-fil-A combined in one. And I'm going crazy with the fries. I'm living my best life. Happy as hell
With that lemonade.
with the lemonade. Gotta have the lemonade, right, y'all? So these little
With it.
things add up, especially because 9 times out of 10, nobody's eating Chick-fil-A as their only meal of the day. Be mindful of the sauces and oils, but guess what? If you typed in, for some odd reason, low carb Chick-fil-A sauce, you know what magic comes up? Chick-fil-A sauce. This is the exact same Chick-fil-A sauce, but it costs more.
It's really good though.
It's good.
You can't tell the difference at
It's the
all.
You
same
really
thing. It's
can't.
the same ingredients. So that's why I try to tell y'all the difference between, because some people have this preconceived notion that all diet stuff is bad, right? The reason why you think that is because, especially if you're a little bit older, if you grew up in my generation or like, one decade older, we grew up in a generation of diet stuff, right? So diet Coke, right? Diet Pepsi, and these taste garbage. I understand that. But now, because they modified everything, because now they notice that the average person actually is kind of more weight conscious or health conscious, what they did is now when they got the zero version of things, it's the exact same thing, except it's the exact same ingredients, except because it's the exact same ingredients, and we took away the sugar for it, we got to charge more for it. Because now, if we add the extra sugar, we can kind of cut it so we don't have to put as much sauce in it. It's because you don't like the formula anymore. You like the sugar in it. That's what's going to keep making you buy more and more and more. But if we give you the real thing, the straight drop, we got to charge more for this. Okay? Um, Jennifer Shields, you have a question?
Oh, hello everyone. My question is, I make my own pesto sauce, which I kind of do with my chicken, like a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons full on my chicken after I grill it. Can I have pesto sauce or not? Because I usually make all my sauces from scratch.
So you sound like Sheila. But here's the difference between why I let Sheila make her sauces and the average person don't make their own sauces. Tell me what's in this pesto sauce.
My pesto sauce has a shallot onion. It has maybe 1 teaspoon of pine nuts. I have my Italian from Italy Italian oil, and I have my Italy red vinaigrette, and I have fresh basil from my garden, and that is it in the chopper, and
Okay?
that's all I put in it.
Now, based off every single ingredient that you named, what are the ones I'm going to ask you to be more mindful of?
The pine nuts, I'm thinking
Why the pine
maybe
nuts?
because it's kind of a nut and it's a fatty nut based on some of the fat contents in it. Or it could be well, my red vinaigrette has 0 calories on it based on when I looked at it. But
Okay. So what about that tagging oil that you was talking about from Italy?
on my Italian olive oil,
Yeah.
I had to go look at it. It comes in a can, so I had to go pull it out. So I have
So,
to look at it. Mhm.
and be honest with yourself. Every single time you made your own pesto sauce, did you measure it out?
Yes, I do.
The Italian oil?
Yes.
How many tablespoons you put in a day?
Based on that batch, I think I might have put 2 tablespoons full of it, based on the batch I made.
If you're only making 2 tablespoons, if your sauce, a pesto, only
Mhm.
requires 2 tablespoons,
Maybe it might be, but wait a minute. It's a half, maybe a half a cup. Maybe not much.
thank you.
Yeah, it's a half a cup. I have to look at it.
Y'all see
I
what just
think.
happened, ladies? It went from two. I'm like, that is the most chunkiest.
I was about to say, ain't no way.
Yeah, there's no
Oh,
way
it's about a half
that
a
pesto
cup.
sauce. You're gonna put that on one little noodle,
Ain't
No,
two
no
no,
way.
tablespoons.
it's a half a cup. It's a half a cup. I
Thank
just
you.
looked
Come
at
like,
the recipe. It's half a
yeah,
cup.
that's the chunkiest pesto sauce. I don't want that pesto sauce. I'm not gonna lie to it. I
You
need a
can
little
always
more.
add water to your pesto sauce. You
Yeah.
don't need
Okay.
all that oil. Yeah.
So now, Sheila, what I would say, I mean, Jennifer, what I would say is, can you have that? Yes, I want you to measure out every single drop of that olive oil. And the average person's not willing to do that, which is why I just tell y'all simply, which is why I put that in the group chat today. These are the best pre-made sauces. That way, if you don't feel like measuring it out, you want to pick it up and do this, you can. But if
Okay.
you're willing to measure it out, measure it out. Because once again, Jennifer, kind of like what we spoke about when it comes to the red wine vinaigrette. If I type in olive oil nutrition facts, I don't care if it's from Italy, I don't care if it's from Japan, I don't care if it's from Houston. Olive oil is olive oil. Question is now quality. It still has 120 calories. Now this time, this is for 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. So once again, would you rather have 1 tablespoon of olive oil walking around in the Sahara Desert, and that's the only thing you can have the whole entire day, or a sweet potato?
Eat my sweet potato, half a sweet potato. because
You
I
don't even
can't eat
gotta have
no.
half. You got the whole one. Because a
Uh,
whole
yeah.
sweet potato has less calories than 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Is olive oil healthy? Yes. Are you getting the flavonols, the anti-inflammatory effects, and the polyphenols from olive oil? Yes. Eating healthy means I'm trying to stay on this earth as long as possible, but I like my body already. I'm not trying to lose anything. I'm just trying to maintain it. So if you're still not too fond of how your body looks in the mirror, then you want to eat for fat loss, which means you can still have olive oil. Let me be mindful of this. Because at the end of the day, your body can take this fat and store it in your fat cells way easier than it taking rice, converting it to fat and storing it in your fat cells. A lot of people don't understand that. So
I
that's why
understand. Thank
some
you.
women, when they did keto before, they was eating the same things and they start stalling. The reason why is you're telling yourself, oh, I mean, well, everything is fat. I don't see why the scale's stalling because keto's supposed to make my body burn fat, right? But then you start just giving your body a lot more fat than you think. So all the fat that you was burning, you're replacing it from an exogenous source. Does it make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, so just measure all the liquids, the oils, measure those out. If you measure it out, I'm not gonna say nothing. Now, what we're gonna do is say, let's run this hypothesis, trial and error. Let's see what happens to your body reacts to it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But somebody like Sheila, she always makes her own sauces, but she measures everything out to the T, even the oil. That's why I let her be great. So once again, ladies, y'all can have salads on this program. Just be mindful of the oil, because none of y'all are eating dry salads. But if you're being mindful of the sauce or the oil that you're using, or you get a better quality sauce or oil, now you can have all the salads you want. But just 9 times out of 10, that sauce and oil that you know you can use happens to be at home. Unless you thought it through, know that you're going to be at the workplace 5 days out the week. So some of my clients, especially teachers, guess what? They take their low carb sauces and oils and they bring it to work. You know why? Because black people naturally, they see low carb anything. I don't want that. Nobody's going to touch it in the refrigerator now. And it could be the community refrigerator. Nobody's going to touch your sauce or oil. Once they see zero sugar, I don't want it. So trust me, it's safe. Okay? Even though that's the most expensive one in the whole entire refrigerator. Sandy, you have any questions? And then
Yeah.
Robin, I didn't forget about you. So
What was a long time ago? We talked about salad dressings that you approve of. Was it Bolt House?
Boat House is good. Yeah, Boat House Farms. That's like my
And
favorite
that's the
catch-all.
yogurt one, right?
And
Like I could
Primal
get the
Kitchen.
Caesar or the ranch or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Or
just
G
wasn't sure.
Hughes.
Or G Hughes, of course.
Uh, I have
But
them for
yeah,
like
they,
the
they
dipping
hit or miss to
sauces.
me though. So
Yeah,
that
I
Boat
have the
House
dipping
Farms,
sauces for
everything
them,
I
but
had from Boat House Farms, classic ranch, Caesar dressing, avocado ranch, um, vinaigrette, they all taste good to me. To me.
all right, cool.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. And last but not least, so Robin, I know we kind of had a quick conversation. Do you understand what we're doing? And do you have any
I
questions?
do. No, no, I'm actually good now. You know, my challenge has been, I've not seen purple on the stick yet, but I'm losing weight, but I've not seen purple on the stick.
Right.
So that's when yesterday I did, like you said, hey, do all eggs during my eating window. And then today's eating window was from 10 to 4. And I had like eggs and some chicken breast and like some spinach. But I did have the 20 grams of protein Chobani yogurt with some chia seeds, a little bit of blueberry, and a little bit of granola today.
Okay.
And water. And that was it.
And what
But
was the
yesterday
worst?
was all eggs. I probably ate about, oh my God, it felt like 12 eggs. I don't even know, but it was a lot.
Okay. Now, the only issue I see with you, Robin, is not really your
Mm-hmm.
food choices, is your lifestyle, because you be outside a little bit.
I be outside and I don't go to sleep.
Okay, so that's why I told you about the tricycles
I get it in. I
when
believe
I
in
said the
life and
tricycle thing,
living.
y'all. I was looking at Robin the whole entire time, because Robin would eat right, but then she's outside popping bottles at 1 o'clock in the morning, saying, "Yo, Trey, why the scale
I
stall?
wasn't
I just had some
popping bottles.
tequila and lime, at
But
one
it's
o'clock at night."
apropos to
I'm like,
have
"What
a
are you
drink
doing
when
on
the
a
people are
Tuesday
having a
at one
drink.
o'clock?" So y'all be living y'all best lives. That's why I love y'all. But y'all definitely keep me entertained. I promise y'all that. But yeah, Robin, you should most definitely see more color on the stick tomorrow.
I'm like, what is wrong with this strip?
It ain't the shrimp, sweetheart. Go to
Wait, it ain't
sleep.
the.
I
Go to
told my
sleep,
cousin, I was like,
please.
these strips are broken.
Yeah, nah. So you gonna see color tomorrow. I can promise you that.
Today, I swear to God, I looked at the strips. I was like, these got to be out of date.